Hello everyone. Today I'm going to explain about the different faults, that is physical defects. Due to the physical defects, what are the different faults we will get by taking one example. Okay. In the previous class, I have explained due to the physical defects how these electrical faults and at the same time the logical faults will be obtained, and what are the different types of these logical faults and electrical faults. Okay, so if you observe this one here, we are having here different physical defects, defects in silicon substrate and photolithographic defects and mask contamination, scratches and process variations and abnormalities and oxide defects. Due to these physical defects, we are going to have some electrical faults. Okay, so those electrical faults will causes the logical faults. Okay, so that is what here we have the list of those electrical faults we will get due to the physical defects. Okay, so here if you observe this one, that is shorts, that is bridging faults, opens, and next one is transistor stuck on, stuck open, resistive shorts, and opens, excessive changes in the threshold voltage, excessive steady state currents. All these are what electrical faults that are due to the physical defects. Okay, now due to these electrical faults, what are the faults we will get is logical faults, and those logical faults is logical stuck at 0 or stuck at 1, and second one is a slower transition, that means delay will be more. Next one is and bridging or R bridging. Okay, so these are what we have the different faults, that is electrical faults and the logical faults we are getting due to this physical defects. Okay, so now I will take one example and I am going to explain how these faults will be obtained for a small physical defects. Okay, so I will go with that now. Here, the relationship between physical defects and electrical faults and logical faults can be explained using a simple NOR gate. Okay, so here, if you observe that as we have seen in the what we call stick diagrams and layouts, we know that how we can draw a NOR gate or NAND gate. Okay, so if you observe this one here, these two are what PMOS transistors and these two are NMOS transistors. For an NOR gate, these two will be pull-up transistors and our pull-up network, and these two we will consider as the pull-down network. It is a two input NOR gate here we have. Okay, so generally its structure will be like this. So here the PMOS will be there, and both are connected in series. For NMOS, both will be connected in series. NMOS transistors will be connected in series. Okay, so here this one is PMOS and this one is PMOS. So both will be connected in series, and both the NMOS will be connected in parallel. Okay, so here the NMOSs will be connected in parallel like this. So this is what the VSS or ground we can also called as. So it is VSS, and this one is we'll called as VDD here. Okay, for an NMOS, for a CMOS NOR gate, here these two are under considered as pull-up network, and these two are called as under pull-down network. Okay, pull-down network. So this is the connection or the what we call, this is the formation of our NOR gate. Okay, then what happened if any defect is there while manufacturing or while fabricating? If you get any defect, what happened to this one? Okay, what are the different faults we will get? So we will see here, right? So that is what here we are going to see now. A metallic blob or physical defects that is obtained between common drain terminal in the end diffusion region and the ground bus line. Okay, that means what here? So if you observe this one, why it is called as common drain? Because if you consider the diagram here for this NOR gate, here we are having two NMOS transistors that are connected in parallel. Okay, two NMOS transistors that are connected in parallel, and here both the sources are shorted to the ground or VSS. Okay, but here if you observe, this one is the input of this NMOS transistor, and this one is the another input for the NMOS transistor. Both inputs are connected here, but we will consider, or we will shorted this drain of this M1, suppose it is, and it is M2. M1 and M2 transistors drains are connected and shorted. At this point, we are going to take the output. Here Z is the output. So here we have the common drain is present for both the NMOS transistors M1 and M2. Okay. So now our problem is what here? Between this NMOS common drain terminal and this VSS or this power line. So this is the power line, if you consider, that is VSS, and this one is called as VDD. These two are called as power rails. Okay. So if the in between them, this drain and this power line, that is VSS, there will be a physical defect is present. That means both will be connected. Okay. Then what happened? We will see here. Okay. So here you can observe clearly, if you observe this one here. So this is nothing but the diagram, that is layout diagram of our NOR gate. Okay. So here, how you can draw the layout diagram here is these two are in series. These two are in series. Okay. And at the same time, these two are in parallel. This NMOS and NMOS are parallel, and this PMOS and PMOS will be connected in series. So while drawing, first what we have to do, we have to draw the one second. So first we have to draw the VDD and VSS, that is power rails. So this one is the power rail, and here also I will consider the power rail here. Okay. So like this, we will draw here. This metal will be metal one I will take here. So metal one is nothing but the vertical lines, and it will be represented with blue itself, blue color. So I am drawing that one. So this is nothing but the VSS, that is this one is nothing but the VDD. So these two are what? The power rails. In between those power rails, we are going to put our design or our transistors. Okay. So here, if you observe this one, so in between these two, so here we require polysilicon for both the NMOS transistors and PMOS transistors. That's why I'm drawing here two polysilicon bars. Okay. So I'm taking what? Two polysilicon bars. Polysilicon will be represented with red. Okay. So I'm taking both two polysilicon bars here. Okay. So, but when a PMOS will be formed, the PMOS will be formed whenever a polysilicon is crossed with the P diffusion. Okay. So I will cross this one with P diffusion. Okay. So because these two are connected in series. Okay. So that's why I will draw that polysilicon, sorry, here and P diffusion I have to form. So P diffusion generally we will consider with yellow. Sorry, here. So it is yellow. Next, what we have to do, we have to form NMOS transistors. So we'll form two parallel NMOS transistor. Parallel means here it is NMOS means it is a green color. Okay. Like this we have formed. Okay. These two will be in series and these two will be in parallel. Okay. So between these two, we have to take the output, because this is nothing but the pull-up network and this one is what? Pull-down network. In between that, we have to consider the output. But here, due to the physical defects that is happen while fabricating, so what happened here? This common drain of these two NMOSes, that is this point, is shorted with the ground, that is VSS. Okay, that is nothing but the power line here. So these two are shorted. Okay, then what happened? We will see now. Okay. So here, if you observe a metallic blob between the common drain terminal, this is the common drain terminal for this NMOS and this NMOS that is connected to the output. Okay, drain terminal in the N diffusion region and the ground bus line. So there is a connection established between, or there is a physical defects established between this common drain terminal and at the same time this power line. So what happened here? These two will be shorted here. This line indicated the physical defects. Okay. So now what I am taking here is I am taking this one is this connection. So if you observe that if any connection between the two layers, automatically there will be a formation of what we call some resistance it will be having. Okay. So that resistance I am representing as like this, and both that common drain terminal and the ground is shorted with the resistance. Okay. We are also calling this one as resistive short because both this common drain of NMOS and NMOS transistors, and at the same time the power rail, that is ground power rail or VSS, are shorted in the at the time of fabrication. Okay, so that short or the connection between this common drain and at the same time this power rail VSS I will consider as a resistance. Okay, this resistance is connected. So automatically if you observe this one here in this diagram, okay, what happened here? So this Z is connected to common drain and that common drain is shorted with the ground. Okay, so that is a point you have to remember or you have to observe here how these physical defects will causes the electrical faults, and these electrical faults will be converted into logical faults. Okay, so here if you observe this one, the Z is connected to the common drain. That is actual design what we require, but at the same time that drain is shorted with what? This one, ground. So that is the problem due to this physical defects we are getting. That is what we have here due to short circuit, what we call here, uh, due to these defects, what we have, physical defects, we have shorts. That is nothing but bridging faults. Okay, so that short will be formed here between the drain and this ground. Okay, so this is represented with resistance. Okay, now I will consider this one as the stuck at 0. Output is stuck at 0. I can call this one as output is stuck at 0. So if you apply any value of the input for A and B, so there is no change in the output. The output will be shorted with the ground. Okay, so that means what here? The output Z is stuck at 0 because we are getting for any value of A and B. If you apply A is equal to A, B, it is there. So it is truth terminal A equal to 0, B equal to 0, A equal to 0, B equal to 1, and A equal to 1, B equal to 0, or A equal to 1, B equal to whatever it may be the value of A and B. So we will get Z is equal to 0 here. Why? Because the output is connected with the ground, with this or shorted with the ground because of these physical defects. That's why this is directly connected with the ground. That our output is directly shorted with the ground. So always whatever it may be the input you are applying, you are getting the output is 0. That's why these are called as what? Stuck at 0. The output is stuck at 0 value. Okay, so this is the faults due to these physical defects we will get here. Okay, here the physical defect is sorting of the drain, common drain of NMOS transistors with the VSS or the ground power rail. Because of that, for this common drain, the output is connected. That's why Z is shorted. The output Z is shorted with the ground. Therefore, we will get always whatever it may be the input, you are getting the output is equal to 0. So this type of fault is called as what? Stuck at 0. The output is stuck at 0. Okay, so that is what here we have. A stuck at 0 fault of output Z when the resistance is low, or a pull-up delay fault when the resistance is high. We can consider another error, that is nothing but timing error. Okay, so here if this resistance is low, okay, so this error is called as what? Pull-up delay error or fault. And at the same time, if it is high resistance at this circuit is at high resistance region, so we will call that one as what? The timing error, right? These two are the faults that will be obtained due to the physical defects that is considered at this point. Okay, so these three diagrams clearly indicates that this is the physical defects, and these physical defects will be replaced with what? The resistive short. and due to that resistor short, our output is always, it will show with the stuck at 0. You can observe here it is written as SA0. That is nothing but stuck at 0. The Z is stuck at 0. The output is stuck at 0. Okay, so this is the logical faults we will get due to this physical defects. Okay, this the same description is given here. So in the figure B, the resistor is connected between the common drain and the ground. Okay, therefore the output always connected to the ground. Therefore, we can say that the presence of stuck at 0 fault of output Z, like as shown in figure. Okay, so like here, whatever I have shown, that will represent is nothing but the stuck at 0 fault. Okay, so now we'll go with the next one here. Okay, the other types of faults indicated in a CMOS circuit consisting of NOR2 and NAND2 and an inverter gate as shown in figure. So here to explain the other faults. So stuck at 0 fault we have seen, and at the same time due to that we are getting a delay or timing error fault. Okay, so next we will go with the next another diagram here. The other type of faults indicated in a CMOS circuit consisting of NOR2, NAND2 and inverter gates. Okay, so here those three gates are placed as like this. Here I have connected that NOR gate, NAND gate and inverter to explain the different faults that are present here. Okay, due to different regions. So this one is called as what? NOR gate, and this one is called as NAND gate, and this one is called as inverter gate. Okay, so now how this will happen? Okay, how, what are the different faults we will get, we will see here, right? So if you observe this one, the first one here, if you at the time of fabrication, if the gate of this PMOS transistor is shorted with the power rail, okay, that is VDD, then what happened here? Always this gate of this PMOS will be connected with the logic 1. Okay, so that is stuck at 1 fault, what we will get always. So whatever it may be you are applying at the B, it don't accept this. It cannot apply for this gate because it is shorted always with the VDD. Okay, so if you apply, suppose B is equal to 0 here, so it cannot apply at this gate. Okay, because it is shorted with the VDD, right? So this is stuck at 1 fault we will consider. Okay, so what is that point? In this circuit, the input line B can stuck at 1 since some part of the input line is shorted with the power rail. So you can clearly observe here, I have indicated that in this PMOS, the gate is connected with the VDD. Okay, this gate is connected with the VDD. Gate of PMOS transistor is connected with the gate VDD. So whatever it may be, the value you are applying, that cannot considered by this gate because it is already shorted with the VDD, and that is nothing but logic 1. Okay, VDD is the maximum value, so we will consider that one as the logic 1, right? So it will be obtained always the stuck at 1. It will stuck at this gate of this one, or the input line B line that is stuck at 1, logic 1, because of this one, right? Next, if you observe the second one here, we have for this PMOS, if you observe, this one is drain and this one is the source. Okay, the source and drain both are shorted. Okay, so that is stuck on. We call as what? These two are called as stuck on. Okay, so whenever a drain and source are shorted, so that fault we will call as what? Stuck on, right? So here we have stuck on fault. So we can have the description. In this circuit, the input line B can be stuck at 1 since some part of the input line is shorted to the power rail. Okay, shorted to the power rail. The PMOS transistor of the first stage in R2 gate is stuck on due to the process problem. Process problem means while doing the processing fabrication process. So what happened if the source and drain distance is very less? Okay, that means the channel length is very very less. Automatically the source and drain will be connected. Okay, So we have seen these things in the previous discussion, that where we call if you reduce while studying about the scaling process, if you reduce the channel length, what happened? There is a more possibility of overlapping of the depletion regions of source and substrate and drain and substrate. To avoid that, the minimum length, the spacing between them, between the two, that is source and drain, is nothing but 2 times of the depletion width. That's what I have explained in the previous discussion. Okay. Now, at the time of processing, if the distance or the channel length is reduced, or it is very, very less, is there is a possibility of overlapping, or what we call connecting of this source and drain. So due to that, what happened here? The fault that will be obtained is stuck on. Okay. So due to that physical defects, what happened here? We are getting here stuck on fault. Okay. So that's what here we have. The PMOS transistor of the first stage NOR2 gate is stuck on due to the process problem that causes a short between its source and drain terminals. Okay. This is one fault. Now another one we can observe here. Stuck off. Here we have seen stuck on. Then what is stuck off? Okay. Stuck off is nothing but there is no connection between the all the 3 terminals. Okay. So there is like this, we can indicate this fault is called as what? Stuck off. Okay. And at the same time here, if you observe this diagram, if there will be a possibility of obtaining between the output and ground. Okay. Connection between the output and ground due to the physical defects, that faults is called as bridge faults. Okay. So almost all the faults we have discussed here, shorts, that is bridging faults, and opens, stuck on, stuck open, resistive shorts, what we have seen, the first case. Okay. Like that we have learned due to these things, due to these electrical faults, we are getting stuck at 0 and stuck in one fault, unbridging and R bridging fault. So unbridging and R bridging means there is a direct connection will be established between this output and the ground. Okay. So like this, we have different faults will be obtained, logical faults, and at the same time electrical faults will be obtained due to this. Okay. Now we'll go with the next one here. The top NMOS transistor in the NAND2 gate, on the other hand, the top NMOS transistor, okay, in the NAND2 gate. So here we have the top NMOS transistor. In this one is the NAND2 gate. I already told that in NOR gate, the PMOS will be in series and NMOS will be in parallel. The exact opposite will be takes place in NAND gate. So that is nothing but both PMOS will be in parallel and NMOS will be in series. So out of that, here if you observe the second NMOS transistor, here we have, this is the top one, bottom one is this one, and the top one is this one. So the top NMOS transistor in the NAND2 gate, on other hand, is stuck open due to either an incomplete contact of the source or drain nodes, or due to a large separation of drain or source diffusion from the gate. So because of these 3 regions, so we are getting what? Stuck off. Okay. So what is that region? First one is what? Incomplete contact. Okay. That means what? At the time of fabrication, due to the overlook of this, if there is a incomplete contact is placed between these terminals, that is open source, that is of the source or drain node, or due to a large separation between the drain and source, due to a large separation between the drain and source. Okay. So due to this one also, we will get what? The stuck off. Okay. Which causes permanent turn off of the transistor regardless of the input value. So if you observe here, whatever it may be, once if it is opened, stuck off, it always are permanently of this transistor, because there is no connection between all the terminals. Due to that, we will get the problem. Okay. So this is what here we have. So due to a large separation of drain or source diffusion from the gate, which causes a permanent turn off of the transistor regardless of the input C value. Whatever it may be the input value, there is no effect of that input value because it is already stuck off. Okay, so that's what here the problem or the fault we will get is stuck off. Here, due to the combining of source and drain, we will get what stuck on fault. And at the same time, whenever here, if you observe this diagram, here this VDD is shorted with the gate of the PMOS transistor. So the input line B will be always stuck at 1. In the previous discussion, we have seen that the output is stuck at 0. Like that, depending on the physical defects what we have, we will get different electrical faults, and those electrical faults will causes stuck at 0, stuck at 1. Like that, we will get the logical faults. Okay, so that is what here about this diagram. Okay, the bridging faults between the output line of the inverter, there is the output line of the inverter, and the input line C can be due to the fabrication defects, which causes a short between any two parts of the two lines. That means what here? What is the point here is there may be a possibility that will takes place is what there will be a direct connection will be established between the output Z and C due to the fabrication defects. Okay, at the time of fabrication, by overlooking this one by mistake, there will be a connection established between this Z and C. Okay, Z and C, that is the output of the inverter, and at the same time this input C. Then those faults we call the obtaining faults we call as bridge faults. Okay, bridge faults. Okay, so if this occurs, what happened here? Always the Z is nothing but the C value. Okay, so that is what here the bridging faults. The name itself there, that is the bridge established between the input C and at the same time the inverter output. Due to that, the output of that inverter is always, it will be C value. That is one fault, that is bridge fault we have. These will be obtained at the time of fabrication defects. Okay, so the bridging faults between the output line of the inverter and the input line C can be due to a fabrication defect which causes a short between any two parts of the two lines. Okay, some process related defects in a CMOS circuit consisting of NOR2, NAND2 and inverter gates as shown figure. That means what is that? These are the nothing but the process while processing or while fabricating these gates, there will be a problem or there will be a faults will be obtained. That what we have shown here. This one is stuck at one fault, this one is stuck on fault, and this one is stuck off fault, and there is a possibility of bridge faults because of this fabrication defects. All these are represented in this diagram. Okay, in this diagram I have represented how this stuck at 0 will be obtained due to the physical defects. Okay, now we'll go with different faults models what we are going to use. Okay, the single stuck at fault models are used frequently, although the device under test can have defects that do not map to a single stuck at faults due to the complexity of test generation is greatly reduced, and at the same time single stuck at fault is independent of the technology, that is design style, and another one is single stuck at tests cover a large percentage of multiple stuck at faults, and another one is single stuck at test covers a large percentage of unmodeled physical defects. Okay, so and the another one is what here the delay fault which causes timing failures at target speed can be due to the delay fault which causes timing failures at target speed can be due to improper estimation of on-chip interconnects delays. Okay, why we'll get delay faults means here the first one is the improper estimation of on-chip interconnects delays and other timing considerations. Next one is what excessive variations in the fabrication process which causes significant variations in the circuit delays and clock skews. Okay, next one is opens in metal lines connecting parallel transistors which make the effective transistor size much smaller, and aging effects such as odd carrier induces the delay. Okay, So these are the reasons why we are getting the delay fault or the causes the timing failure at target speed. Okay, so these are the reasons. Now here, if you observe these diagrams here, we have, this is the mass transistor with stuck open. Stuck open means this, all this source and drain cannot be connected, this with the gate and all those things. The symbol is stuck open. This transistor is stuck open. So that means if the distance between the source and drain is very, very high, so that type of faults that will be obtained is stuck open. And at the same time here, stuck on. Stuck on means shorted. So if the source and drain, the distance between or the length of the channel is very, very less. Length of the channel is nothing but the distance between the source and drain, excluding with the depletion region, is called as what? This channel length. If the channel length is very less, there may be a possibility of overlapping of the source and drain. So if that happens, so that faults we will call is nothing but the source and drain is shorted, and that due to that defect, we will get what? We will get the fault that is nothing but short fault. Okay, stuck on. Okay, so this one is what? Stuck open or stuck off. Okay, so this is about the different faults that will be obtained due to the physical defects, that is electrical faults and at the same time logical faults. Okay, right? So in the next class, we will see that what are the different uh, techniques we have, that is nothing but testing techniques, that is ad hoc testable design techniques and scan based techniques and built-in self-test techniques, like that. We'll see in the next class about the ad hoc testable design techniques. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe our channel.